Hi folks, little thing I wanted to do as part of this course was just post one page here with some thoughts about how nature might relate to us as LGBTQI people. This isn't something that you necessarily need to respond to or do any task with. It's something that I intended to put in the last video, but it had quite a lot of information in there and I didn't want to overload you. So you don't need to do anything with this. I just thought, it might be worth sharing some of my thoughts on how I've related to nature as a queer person, and I was curious as to any thoughts you might have about any relations between the two. So something that I've become aware of, or I think we're all pretty much aware of as LGBTQI people, is how much we can gravitate towards cities. I think we have an understandable comfort in being around more people. They've often been the places where our communities have gathered and got together. So I think that's a wonderful thing, but also I'm curious as to, our relationship to wider spaces and, countryside. I've avoided the countryside all of my life pretty much for that reason, and it's only now that I'm, 40 years of age that I'm discovering how much I appreciate it. So, that's, just something that I've, pondered about and wondered if anyone else has thought similar things. Another thing I think that's, something that we all have experienced is hearing LGBTQI people talked about as if we're not natural, like we're some kind of abomination or not real people, whether that's because of our gender identity or sexual orientation. And despite the fact that there are species that change from male to female, and despite the fact that there are so many species out there who have same-sex relationships and sex with each other, I think that myth that we're not natural people sometimes can stick with us a little bit. And I wonder often how that's affected my relationship with nature. And I do know that being in nature is one incredible way to heal that, when you experience yourself just as part of all of this. I'm as natural as those stones down there and that river and the trees, and so are you. And there's our little Euro here. Hey Euro, do you want to say hi to everyone? There you go. So you've met both of my pets now. I'm sure you'll be seeing them again. So I guess one more thought that I've had is, I know all of the research says that LGBTQI people often struggle with their mental health at much higher rates than the rest of the general population. So I think part of struggling with mental health sometimes is staying indoors, closing the curtains, wanting to avoid the outdoors. But sometimes I wonder if avoiding the outdoors is really what we're doing, or if we're actually just avoiding other people, if it's judgment or awkwardness or having to perform or pretend that we're okay when we're not, is what we're really avoiding. And actually, I think sometimes calling to mind and remembering that outdoors is not just human beings, and we're not the centre of the universe, and neither are other human beings the centre of the universe. Just some thoughts, and I'm wondering if you've got any thoughts about being queer and experiences of nature, or how it might be a positive thing, how it might have shown you things in nature or helped you relate to it in some way, or if it's made it more difficult perhaps, or So yeah, just a few thoughts. You don't need to post any comments or anything like that. You know, I've given you plenty of tasks to do. So I just wanted to post this video just to remind us that this is an LGBT ecotherapy course, and hang on a second, just come over here. Euro, someone's going past and jogging. Euro, stay there. Stay there. Okay. Joggers have gone past. So yeah, where was I? Yeah, this is an LGBT ecotherapy course, and you're really welcome to be as open about your identity as you want to be in all of these tasks. Equally, you don't have to be either. You know, we're also so much more than LGBTQI people, so you know, if things are coming up for you in the tasks that don't relate to your LGBTQI identity at all, that's equally as brilliant. So just know that it's welcome. And if you have any thoughts on this topic, feel free to post some comments and have a little natter in this thread. If not, no pressure. Cheers folks, and have a lovely day.